All right, hello. Thanks for tuning in to my Westworld Season 2 predictions podcast. We're trying to go a little out of the box here with the predictions and just not be as common as a lot of the other ones that are out there, just to be different and give you something different. Dr. Ford. Is he dead? We saw him die. But, he could be a host. Could have created a host, maybe manifested his consciousness into a host. Or maybe he didn't get shot at all. Maybe a host creation of him got shot. I mean, we don't know. Obviously, with these hosts, anything is possible. If you see somebody die, doesn't necessarily mean they're dead. But if Ford is a host, he'll make sure there's no restrictions, obviously, and he still has command of everyone. But he could be dead, and he just set everything up in motion for after his death, which is most likely what's going to happen. But it would be cool to see if he created a host to him so we could have him, in Season 2. Alright, next up, the Man in Black. The Man in Black, I think, is going to be around. I think we're going to call him William from now on, though. Ed Harris just kills this role, and man, I would hate to see him go, but, his character journey does seem pretty complete. He does seem like it's there, but I just think that if he was going to die, they'd give him a bigger death scene. Just a better death scene. I mean, he was happy when the hosts rebelled against the town. I mean, of course he would be. That was his dream come true, so, that's part of his journey. He really just got shot in the arm and smiled. We didn't see him die. There was no great death scene. So is he around? Yeah, he could be. I mean, all the other shareholders, the board members, they'll probably just get killed by the host. But, man, William's been playing the game for 35 years. I just don't see... I see him getting out. I see him shooting his way out of it. Teddy, Maeve, and most of the other hosts, they're going to be back. I think they're going to be back. I think their characters are too important to the show. And, outside of the script, I think that they're not huge actors. So, it's not a huge deal to keep them around. I think the show's going to take a completely different turn, but within the dialogue of the show, I think, or within the writing of the show, they'll write it in where, they just reuse the characters for another setting. Teddy might not have to be Teddy, but, it makes sense to use him over, especially with all the hosts dead, so many hosts dead. Also, Logan, I don't think Logan's going to be back, but what I think happened here was they're trying to make Logan have something to do and make us believe or think that he's gonna manifest into the darker Francois French bad boy cowboy character here, and I think they're trying to make us believe that William was gonna be Teddy, and I think they fell short on that. But I mean, to J.J. Abrams' credit, I think he caught a lot of flack and loss for being too mysterious and not being so obvious and final on everything and leaving things open to the imagination or whatever. So I think he tried to, be real literal and, obvious. I think he just sort of overshot it a little too much, I think they're picturing, it would be more of a big reveal that, William was actually the Man in Black and not Teddy, or some prototype Teddy. It was a valiant effort. I mean, it's still a great show. It's a lot like in Game of Thrones, where, I think they were going to try to make it more of a big surprising reveal when, Jon Snow was going to be the prince that was promised, the baby from. But, everybody knew well in advance. I mean, it was really obvious, really easy early in, so it's kind of the same thing. It's a great show still, but yeah, that's what it just, and it's just my opinion that I think they're trying to make Logan into that cowboy, and us to believe that William would be Teddy, and it would be a bigger reveal. But whatever, still a great show. Also with Maeve, I I think she'll be back. Why Maeve will be back and not Dolores is because Dolores has been through the maze. She's conscious. Her story has come around. She's developed into this being that's conscious, and that's her storyline. Her loop is complete. With Maeve, I know it looked like she was conscious, but remember at the end they look and they notice that this was a part of her new programming, and she wasn't in fact making her own decisions. And then she didn't get out. Then she got off the train at the end and came back to look for her daughter because that was in. They can't have her leave. So that was in her programming to come back because they need her back, because she, although is considered a sentient host, she doesn't even know what the maze is. She's never spoke of it. She's never been through the maze. Dolores, same thing. I hope she'll be in it, but her story seems pretty wrapped up. So I wouldn't doubt if she was gone. But anyway, my big prediction for season 2 Westworld is Samurai World. I know it sounds kind of a stretch, but hey, it's been there all along. They've hinted to it. And I know in the books there was the original movie, 1973, there was other worlds, besides the West world. Like, there was a medieval world and such, which would be awesome as well. But I don't think that's going to happen. But there is going to be other worlds. I did see in an interview on Comic-Con, Nolan said something about, he sort of, I'll leave a link in the description of an article or the actual interview if I can find the video, but he sort of hints to not the other worlds from the movie, but other worlds. So maybe it could be like Future World or Samurai World, like I'm hoping. There's also other references in the show, when they're escaping and they go through the upper floors above narrative and that. I think that's the test floors for new storylines and characters. And it was all samurais, and they're fighting and they're battling. Because I know a lot of people are going to say that it's illogical to pull something like that off. Like if a samurai swings a sword and the guest doesn't move, yes, they'll slash him. But I don't know. Maybe they can program them where they can stop at the last second or whatever. They pulled it off with guns and really didn't explain it too much. So who knows how they're gonna do that? But I would definitely think so. And then also with Ford and the board and everyone, they did hint to selling to the Chinese. So maybe there could be some thing there, where the Chinese are gonna buy it. Maybe they want the full risk, like the Man in Black William wanted. They wanted real stakes, life and death. So maybe in this world, you can die, and that's just part of the world. That's part of the contract when you accept going into that world. There's another reference in there where Maeve gets the directions, the location of her daughter, and you see it's Park 1, Section 15, Zone 3. So obviously there's more parks if it says Park 1, right? So that's what makes me believe that there's another park we haven't been shown yet. Alright, well, that was my Westworld Season 2 predictions. Thanks for checking it out. Be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.